Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. My name is Daniel and I'm the High Mileage Helper. On this channel, my goal is to be able to help you learn more about the RV transporting industry, as well as give how-to videos for your truck and then give recommendations along the way. So if this is our first time meeting, just consider subscribing, hitting the like button if you get good value. And in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you why you should buy a dash camera while you are in the RV transporting industry. And we'll go ahead and get right into the video. So let's get into why you should buy a dash camera while you are in the RV transporting industry to be able to help you in your business. So the number one reason why you should buy a dash camera if you're gonna be in the RV transporting industry is because of liability purposes. When we're out on the road, especially as commercial drivers, where it's just the same as having a semi, having a large trailer behind them as well, we always take on more risk. And along with that, more and more people point the finger to the commercial driver who's a professional driver rather than the person who's driving a small vehicle. When it comes down to it, one person's word versus another person's word, depending on the accident, if there is one, generally it kind of goes against the commercial driver, because if they were a real professional driver, they wouldn't have gotten into an accident in the first place. And so along with all that thinking that really things are kind of slanted against the driver, a commercial driver like us, we really kind of have it stacked against us as commercial drivers. And so having a dash camera for liability reasons when we are out on the road, that is the number one reason why we should have a dash camera out on the road. Being able to prove with a camera that does not lie exactly what happened, whatever footage that it did catch, and you're able to see that's not going to lie. Their word might say something, your word might say something else. The video will be able to dispel any untruth that is given on either side. And essentially, if you're doing your part as a commercial driver, there's nothing to worry about when you're out on the road as far as liability reasons going forward. So that is the number one reason why we as commercial drivers in the RV transporting industry should have a dash camera. The second reason why we should have a dash camera as a commercial driver in the RV transporting industry is simply being able to document our speed, to confirm our speed, what it is, being able to confirm that we did go through a weigh station, that we did follow instructions at maybe dealerships that we deliver to, and many other things that come along with this. Being able to confirm and verify, yes, I did go through the weigh station back there. If a DOT officer comes and pulls us over, we can say, yeah, I've got it right here. See, you want to watch me go through the weigh station? Being able to prove these things as a commercial driver, it's so huge. Your word versus a DOT officer who thought they saw you go past it and not go through the weigh station. That is just a recipe for disaster. And so for you to be able to say, yes, sir, or yes, ma'am, I have footage of me going through that weigh station just a few miles back there, and it's on my dash camera. I would love to be able to show it to you. Would you like to see it? I would imagine if you said that to an officer, it would be a very short conversation after that. They wouldn't want to have to go see it. They wouldn't want to be proved wrong. They're going to want to go on to the next person down the road and probably write up a ticket or something for them going forward. So being able to prove what actually happened to a DOT officer, to a policeman, and then even at dealerships. If there were some type of dispute at a dealership where you parked a certain trailer and now they can't find it, if there was some type of issue going forward with that, being able to prove that yes, you did deliver it. Not only do you have all the signed paperwork, but you even have where you even dropped it off. When you would drop it and then go around and pull around it to get out of the dealership, you'd probably catch it on camera with your dash camera. Having a dash camera is simply the silencer. It's going to silence any type of accusations being thrown at you. All you have to say is, would you like to see my dash camera? I can prove that I did the right thing at the right time. I did not break the rules. I didn't do anything foolish. this is the truth, and it's not me, it's the camera who caught it on footage. Would you love to see that? And I would just assume that's a big headache relief to us as commercial drivers out on the road. And so this is the second reason why you should buy a dash camera for being out on the road as a commercial driver. Not only is it liability purposes for being in an accident of some sort, but being able to just turn the camera over to whoever it is and say, I've got the truth right here, knock yourself out. That could be a great headache relief to us as drivers. The third reason why you should buy a dash camera for your truck, being a commercial driver, is being able to confirm your logbook. Now, I don't know if this would ever come into play, if there was some type of issue or you messed up somehow in the logbook and there was some type of discrepancy, but being able to prove it with your dash cam may be able to be an option to you. I don't know if they allowed that type of source to be able to confirm and verify that you did not break the hours of service being out on the road commercially. This could be a help to you if you were in a pinch, if there was some type of issue with your logbook as a commercial driver. So this may be considered a genuine source. It may not be, but just wanted to throw this out there as another potential positive of having a dash camera as a commercial driver. And lastly, when we're out on the road, there's so many things that we get to see along the way. Maybe there's accidents that we see, unfortunately. Maybe there's animals crossing the road, close calls from dodging accidents, defensive driving, getting away from somebody else. Maybe there's some other footage that you'd love to be able to share with other folks. Maybe when the sun comes up, maybe when the sun goes down, maybe when you're in the mountains, when you're seeing something down the road that you want to be able to remember, you want to be able to capture that. Having a dash cam is probably going to be the safest way for you to be able to capture those moments while you're driving there on the road. Obviously, you do not want to pull out your phone and try to video record as you're driving down the road. That's not going to be safe. It's not going to be legal. For you to have a dash camera, it may be the safest way for you to be able to capture that incredible footage that we do get to see out on the road. But maybe if we try to do it otherwise, it wouldn't be safe, wouldn't be legal. Having a dash camera may be the best bet to be able to get that footage and to be able to save it and be able to keep that for the future to be able to share with others. So those are the reasons why I believe commercial drivers like us should be able to have a dash camera in our vehicle for so many legal reasons as well as just personal reasons, being able to capture that footage along the way. Now, having said that, I will say that, now having said all of that, I've been a commercial driver for about 5 years now, and along the way I've thought about buying a dash camera, but I frankly just wasn't fully sold on the value of that coming up. Being in a legal situation, being in a liability situation, but more and more I see and I hear of disputes and issues that do happen out on the road, especially as a commercial driver. And the more I think about it, it seems more and more dangerous and kind of negligent on myself to not have a dash camera when I am out on the road. Being able to have that pair of eyes that's not going to be able to be disputed between anybody at all, even myself. The truth is the truth, and that needs to come out in any situation if the dash camera can actually capture the footage that happened. So this is me sharing with you that after almost 5 years being out on the road, I now have a dash camera, and that is the Nexar Beam dash camera. I know that there's many different dash cameras out there that you could go out and look up and buy. It's got a great video quality as well as other features that I kind of liked when I started looking into these things for myself, and I just want to be able to share that with you. I'm going to go ahead and install it as well and just kind of briefly show you what I do for my setup in my truck. And so hopefully after talking about the needs of us having a dash camera as well as me kind of showing you this one, maybe you would look into it as well, whether it's the Nexar or some other brand. This may seem like a very small thing that really doesn't matter and it's just not worth the money, but seriously I think it's really an investment in yourself. It's almost an insurance policy for your business going down the road. It could potentially save you tickets, save you time at a DOT station, which means time, which means deliveries, which means money at the end of the day. So I'm going to go through the specifics of this dash camera and then kind of briefly share with you how I install it in my truck. And then I'm going to challenge you down in the comments below. Do you already have a dash camera? Are you looking for one? Are you willing to look at the Nexar? Are you willing to look at any other one out there on the market? This is just too valuable and too important to us. So I'll go ahead and briefly share about the Nexar Beam. All All right, guys, so the Nexar Beam has a 1080p high definition camera. You'll be able to get pretty good quality out on the road, being able to see things in the road as well. I know there's videos online being able to see the actual raw footage from these cameras. You can go ahead and check that out. But it comes with a 1080p high definition camera lens, being able to see everything out on the road and be able to give you a good clear picture of what's going on. Next, it does come with a suction cup mount that does have a built-in GPS. And so being able to track where you've been with that GPS is going to be a big help to you. So it's got a quality mount to be able to suction cup to your windshield. Next, the Nexar Beam does come with a parking mode. Essentially, the parking mode is only for when your truck is turned off and the engine is not running. It will capture events that do happen, whether that's someone walking, in front of your truck, if they bump into your truck as they're walking. Obviously, if you actually get hit while you are stationary, while you are parked, this camera is able to capture those events as well. Go ahead and check out all this stuff on the Nexar website if you would like to, but this does have parking mode if there were a liability issue when you are parked for the night on your 10-hour break. Something else this does come with is a 32 gig all the way up to a 256 gig SD card to be able to hold all of the memory from your previous drives. Now, what this does have additional to the SD card that's physically in the actual camera, it does have an app on your phone where you're able to actually see all the footage that you've uploaded previously as well, and being able to share or download and being able to save some of those things along the way. So this does have a 32 gig all the way up to a 256 gig with it already. You can buy it probably cheaper somewhere else, but it does come with the SD card as well as the option for the cloud online, being able to capture those things and save them and be able to have them for the future when they're already uploaded to the cloud, which you don't have to pay for monthly. It is a free cloud to be able to have as many drives on here from your camera to that cloud. So essentially you have as much data as you really need to be able to have all of your drives saved. If you did have something you wanted to share with somebody else, maybe it was a few days ago, you'd be able to go back in the cloud after it's been uploaded to the cloud to the phone from your camera. You'd be able to go back and find that and be able to share that with others if you did want to. So it's got all the capabilities that I really need. It's got the good quality, it's got the GPS being able to verify my location, and it has the capacity and the storage to be able to have as many drives as I really need stored and to be able to share and really do anything I need to through my phone. So those are the primary reasons why I went with the Nexar Beam. It's got great quality. I think it's gonna be a good addition to my truck. And so I think it's gonna be a reliable source to be able to protect me from liability, any issues that do come up down the road. So next I will go ahead and install this, kind of just briefly share with you how I do it, where I'm gonna be kind of hiding the wires and kind of going from there. So we'll go ahead and jump over to the truck. All right, guys, so here is the Nexar Beam dash camera. As you can see, it's fairly thin, not too big. It's not going to take up a whole bunch of windshield space. On the left side here, we've got the power button and then the actual SD card holder where you're able to actually put that in there. And then on the top side, this is where the actual mount would lock into place, and then this is where it gets powered. And then on the next side here, this is where the actual mic is, where it can actually pick up audio if you so desire. And then on the very bottom here, it's got a reset button as well. So this is the Nexar Beam. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and briefly show you how I kind of set mine up, how I ran the wire in case if you have the same truck, you would want to do this as well. But it's not too bad. Just takes just 5 minutes or less to get it wired up and just run the wire where you want to put it. And then you're on your way to capturing everything out on the road. So I'll go ahead and get this mounted. All right, so I've got the dash cam mounted just to the right of my rear view mirror. And then as you can see, this is the actual suction cup, and where the GPS actually is right here, where it just kind of locks into place. I turned it clockwise to be able to get this vertically up here. And then from there, that's where the power connects to that. And then I just ran a wire from up here, and I ran it all the way up across here, just kind of tucking it underneath here, all the way up to the corner here. You can see it's kind of sticking out just barely. And then instead of running it downwards towards the front and then over, I ran it across here and then down the side and then over. And as you can see, it's kind of hiding underneath this dash cover that I have, so that nothing would slide across here. This has been a great dash cover for some time now, but this is where the wire comes down. It does come with some sticky tabs where you can lock it into place here, so it's not going to be bouncing around or moving. Then I have another one further down here as well. And then I'm just going to be running it straight down to this 12-volt plug right here on this Dodge. This is the one that goes off of the key rather than the one over here that goes off of the battery 24/7. So essentially I would just plug it into here, wind up all the cord here, and then just have everything buttoned up here so that as soon as I do put the key in, it would start up and be good to go. As of right now, my 12-volt, I blew my fuse from some time ago and I haven't replaced it, so that's why it's not working currently right there. But it is, if I go over here into this one, the blue light turns on over there, and then as you can see up here, I've got the green light, and then eventually the blue light will come on. There we go. And then the dash camera is on, ready to go for its drive. So that is my setup that I did for my dash camera. I'm sure what you could do is maybe run it to the right side if you wanted it to go further away. There is plenty of extra slack down here, extra cord here to be able to really do anything you really wanted. Plenty of room running it across here on the side, coming up here, and then going across the top here. So no big deal. And as you can kind of see, I've got my phone suction cup thing, as well as my GoPro for when I am driving down the road. Usually I have it a little higher up here so it's out of the way, so I wouldn't get any trouble. You know, for DOT having this blocking my field of view. But yeah, so this is the Nexar Beam dash camera setup that I have. It's able to connect to the phone. It's able to go to the cloud. I'm able to share. I'm able to save. I'm able to pretty much do anything I want with it, to save any of the footage, do any of that stuff for later use if I need it. And the interesting thing about this dash camera is, you know, it does connect to your phone through Wi-Fi. And let's just say you have your Wi-Fi off on your phone, and maybe to save battery life or whatever you're doing, and that SD card will simply wait until you do connect it to your Wi-Fi through your phone again at a later time, and that's when it uploads everything from that SD card if you're not already currently connected to it. So if for whatever reason, if you were to not have your phone with you, if your Wi-Fi was messing up on your phone, if you were trying to save battery life on your phone, the SD card will simply delete the oldest footage and allow for the newest footage to be able to stay on that SD card. And as soon as possible, just get your phone and be able to connect it through the Wi-Fi and be able to get everything connected to the cloud through your phone. So that is the Beam Nexar dash camera that I got. I'll definitely be giving a review later on. It's going to share with you the pros and cons of it after using it for some time. But just wanted to share this with you as an option. There are other dash cameras out there, but this is the one I went with. It seemed the best to fit my needs as a commercial driver. We really need to have another set of eyes out on the road with us. Something that's going to be able to share the whole truth and nothing but the truth, whatever that lens catches. And again, it really could be the difference between a 5-second conversation and maybe an hour long on the side of the road ordeal with a DOT officer, with a police officer, being able to share exactly what did happen out on the road. You've got the evidence here, and it's going to speak for itself. So let me know down in the comments below if you already have a dash camera, if you're wanting to be buying one, if you're wanting to look at this one, if you found one already that you do like, let us know down in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, just consider the things that we mentioned today, talking about the value that a dash camera could bring to you when you're out on the road as a commercial driver. So with all that being said, hopefully you have a great day today. Stay safe, guys, and God bless.